Namaste. Have you ever considered the incredible strength in solitude? Not loneliness, but being alone, a state of deep connection with yourself. Most people avoid being alone, fearing the silence or the thoughts that may arise. But being alone is not something to fear. It is an opportunity to embrace. When you're alone, the noise of the world quiets down, and the deeper voice within you begins to speak. In solitude, you don't merely escape from others, you meet yourself. This meeting is where clarity, wisdom, and transformation happen. Being alone doesn't mean you're isolated, it means you're undistracted. It's about being fully present, recognizing your essence, and experiencing the vastness of existence. Once you learn to be alone, you become free from the compulsions of society, free from the opinions of others, and free to live with genuine joy and purpose. Being alone is often misunderstood. Many think it equates to being lonely, but these are entirely different experiences. Loneliness is a feeling of lack, a sense of missing something or someone. It can feel heavy, even painful. But being alone is not about absence, it is about presence. It is about being fully with yourself, without distraction, without noise. In this state, you begin to realize that you are complete as you are. You don't need someone else to validate your existence or fill a void. The power of being alone lies in this completeness, in recognizing that everything you seek externally already exists within you. It's a chance to nurture yourself, to listen deeply to your inner world, and to honor your individuality. When you embrace being alone, you step into a space where you can truly breathe. There is no need to conform, impress, or explain. It's a rare gift in a world that constantly demands your attention and energy. This is a time for you to simply be, to exist in your natural state, unfiltered and unburdened. Through this, you come to understand that solitude is not something to fear, but something to celebrate. It's a profound opportunity to reconnect with the essence of who you are. In the rush of daily life, our minds are often overwhelmed with noise, conversations, opinions, endless information. We are constantly bombarded with external inputs, leaving little space for clarity or reflection. But in solitude, something extraordinary happens. The external world begins to fade, and a natural stillness arises. It is in this stillness that clarity emerges. When the noise quiets, your mind has the space to untangle itself. Thoughts that once seemed chaotic begin to organize, and insights you couldn't access before become clear. You start to see situations, relationships, and even yourself in a new light. This clarity doesn't come from forcing answers or overthinking. It comes naturally when you give yourself the gift of silence. In solitude, there is no rush to respond, no pressure to act. This freedom allows you to hear the subtle whispers of your intuition, something easily drowned out in the chaos of everyday life. These moments of quiet are where deep truths reveal themselves, truths that often hold the key to your growth, peace, and purpose. Solitude creates a space where your mind and heart can realign, allowing you to understand what truly matters. It is not about shutting the world out, but about tuning into a frequency that gets lost in the noise. When you take the time to be alone, something profound happens. You meet yourself. This isn't the version of you shaped by the world's expectations or influenced by others' opinions. It's the real you, the one often hidden beneath layers of roles, responsibilities, and societal pressures. In solitude, these layers begin to fall away and you are left with the essence of who you are. This meeting is not always easy. At first, you may encounter thoughts or feelings you've avoided. But as you sit with them, you begin to understand them. You realize they are not obstacles but messages guiding you to deeper self-awareness. In this process, you start to see your strengths, your desires, and even the fears you need to overcome. It is in this space of solitude that growth becomes possible. You are no longer distracted or influenced by the outside world, and this freedom allows you to reflect on your life with honesty and clarity. You begin to see what aligns with your true self and what does not, giving you the power to make choices that are authentic and meaningful. Meeting yourself in solitude is a gift. It is a chance to reconnect with your inner wisdom, to recognize your worth, and to embrace all that you are. In this connection, you find not only self-awareness, but also the courage to walk your unique path. When you learn to be alone, you discover a profound sense of freedom. This freedom is unlike any other because it comes from within. It is the freedom to be yourself without the need for validation, approval, or reassurance from the outside world. In solitude, you are no longer bound by the expectations of others. There is no pressure to conform, no fear of judgment, and no obligation to meet anyone's standards but your own. This state of being allows you to shed the weight of societal roles and labels. You stop defining yourself by the opinions or perceptions of others, and instead, you begin to see yourself as you truly are. This liberation opens the door to genuine self-expression and inner peace. You realize that your worth is not tied to how others see you, but to the authenticity you bring to your own life. When you embrace solitude, you also become free from the need for constant activity and distraction. You learn to sit with stillness, and in doing so, you find that true contentment doesn't come from external sources but from within. This shift transforms your relationship with the world. Instead of seeking fulfillment outside, you start to radiate it from the inside, allowing you to approach life with a sense of ease and confidence. The power of being alone lies in this profound freedom. It is the freedom to think clearly, to act intentionally, and to live in alignment with your true self. This kind of freedom cannot be given or taken away by anyone else. It is yours to cultivate and cherish. Some of the most extraordinary creations and ideas in history have been born from moments of solitude. When you are alone, the distractions of the world fall away, and the mind enters a state of openness and possibility. It is in this space that creativity flourishes. Solitude provides the fertile ground for your thoughts to roam freely, unbound by the noise and demands of everyday life. When you are alone, you are not pulled in multiple directions by the needs or expectations of others. Instead, your focus turns inward, allowing you to explore your imagination and bring forth ideas that might have been buried beneath the surface. In this stillness, you can listen to the quiet whispers of inspiration that are often drowned out in the rush of daily living. Many great thinkers, artists, and innovators have spoken of the transformative power of solitude. It allows for the kind of deep reflection and focus that leads to breakthroughs and new perspectives. Whether it's composing a piece of music, crafting a story, solving a complex problem, or simply understanding yourself more deeply, solitude acts as a catalyst for creation. In these moments, you don't need to impress anyone or meet external standards. You are free to create for the joy of it, to experiment, and to discover. Solitude is not a retreat from the world, but a return to your own creative essence, a place where your thoughts and ideas are given the space to breathe and take shape. It is here that the seeds of innovation are planted and nurtured into something extraordinary. In the stillness of solitude, you come face to face with the present moment in its purest form. When you step away from the distractions and demands of the outside world, you create a space where you can simply be. In this state, there is no need to plan, remember, or anticipate. You are no longer caught in the endless cycle of doing. Instead, you become fully immersed in the experience of being. This presence allows you to notice things you might otherwise overlook: the rhythm of your breath, the beat of your heart, the subtle sensations in your body. You begin to observe your thoughts without judgment, watching them come and go like waves on the shore. There is a profound beauty in this awareness, a sense of being deeply connected to yourself and the moment unfolding around you. Solitude invites you to slow down and listen not to the world outside, but to the whispers of your inner world. In this stillness, you may find insights, emotions, or realizations rising to the surface, things that might have been overshadowed by the busyness of life. This quiet presence has the power to ground you, offering a sense of calm and stability amidst the chaos. Being alone and present doesn't require grand gestures or rituals. It can happen in the simplest moments, like sitting quietly, walking in nature, or even pausing for a deep breath. These moments of stillness are a reminder that the richness of life is not found in constant activity, but in the depth of awareness that solitude makes possible. When you allow yourself to be alone, you create the perfect environment for self-awareness to flourish. In solitude, without the constant influence of others, you have the opportunity to truly observe yourself, your thoughts, emotions, reactions, and patterns. This is not always a comfortable process, as it often reveals truths you may have been avoiding. But it is an essential one for personal growth. In the quiet, you start to notice how your mind works. You become aware of recurring thoughts, both positive and negative, and begin to see the beliefs and assumptions that shape your actions. This awareness is the first step toward understanding yourself more deeply. It allows you to discern what is genuinely yours, your desires, your values, and what has been imposed upon you by the world around you. Emotions, too, become clearer in solitude. You may discover feelings that were buried beneath the surface, waiting for a moment of stillness to be acknowledged. By sitting with these emotions, instead of avoiding or suppressing them, you learn to process them with compassion and clarity. Over time, this practice helps you respond to life with greater balance and understanding. Solitude also brings attention to the choices you make daily. Are they aligned with who you truly are, or are they driven by external pressures? This kind of reflection is only possible when you give yourself the space to step back and look inward. Self-awareness gained in solitude becomes a guiding light, helping you live with intention and authenticity. By being alone, you cultivate a relationship with yourself that is honest and nurturing. You begin to see yourself not as a collection of roles or responsibilities, but as a unique individual with limitless potential. This awareness transforms the way you interact with the world, grounding you in a sense of self that is both resilient and deeply connected to your truth. When you master the art of being alone, you discover a profound sense of peace that begins to flow from within. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances or the presence of others. It arises from the stillness of solitude, where you are free to simply exist without distraction or interference. In this stillness, the restless chatter of the mind begins to quiet. You no longer feel the need to chase after something or run from anything. Instead, you settle into the present moment, finding contentment in just being. This inner peace becomes a foundation, a steady presence that remains with you even when life feels chaotic. As this peace deepens, it transforms into a kind of power. This power is not loud or forceful, it is steady and unshakable. It comes from knowing yourself, from understanding your thoughts, emotions, and desires without judgment. When you are at peace with yourself, external events lose their ability to throw you off balance. Challenges still arise, but you face them with calm and clarity rooted in your own strength. This inner power also gives you freedom, the freedom to live authentically without fear of judgment or the need for validation. You stop seeking approval from the world because you are already at peace with who you are. This confidence radiates outward, influencing how you interact with others and the world around you. Through solitude, you cultivate a unique combination of peace and power. It's not about escaping the world, but about preparing yourself to engage with it fully, with grace and purpose. You carry this calm strength within you, making it a source of resilience and joy that no one can take away. Throughout history, solitude has played a vital role in the lives of great thinkers, creators, and innovators. It is in these quiet, solitary moments that some of humanity's most profound discoveries, works of art, and groundbreaking ideas have emerged. Solitude provides a unique environment where the mind can wander freely, unconstrained by external demands or distractions. Consider the philosophers, writers, and inventors who have shaped the world. They often spoke of the need to step away from society, to retreat into themselves, and to find clarity and inspiration in solitude. These moments of withdrawal were not acts of isolation, but deliberate choices to connect more deeply with their inner creativity and insight. When you are alone, your thoughts are no longer fragmented by the noise of the outside world. You have the space to ask questions, explore possibilities, and imagine solutions without interference. This freedom allows ideas to flow naturally, unhindered by the immediate pressures of daily life. It's in these moments that creativity takes root and grows into something extraordinary. Solitude also nurtures the ability to think deeply and critically. Without the distraction of others' opinions or societal expectations, you can examine your beliefs, refine your understanding, and approach challenges with fresh perspectives. This depth of thought often leads to breakthroughs that would be difficult to achieve in a crowded, busy environment. Solitude is not about being separate from the world. It is about giving yourself the space to create, reflect, and innovate. It allows you to tap into the vast reservoir of potential within you, unlocking ideas and visions that have the power to inspire and transform. In a world that is constantly pulling us in different directions, it is easy to forget the power of being alone. Yet, even brief moments of solitude can unlock incredible insights and transformations. You don't need to retreat into seclusion for days or weeks to experience the benefits of being alone. Sometimes just a few minutes of intentional stillness can offer profound clarity and understanding. These small moments of solitude can be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes, taking a walk without any distractions, or sitting by yourself and observing your thoughts without judgment. These pockets of time allow you to step out of the rush of daily life and reconnect with your own presence. In doing so, you begin to cultivate a deeper awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and desires. As you practice spending time alone, even in brief intervals, you begin to develop a new relationship with yourself. You start to understand your needs, your patterns, and the ways in which you interact with the world around you. This self-awareness is a gift, allowing you to approach life with greater authenticity and purpose. It is in these moments of solitude that you can reconnect with what truly matters to you. You may realize that much of the noise and distractions around you are not necessary for your happiness or fulfillment. Instead, you may find that by embracing solitude, even for a few moments, you become more centered, more grounded, and more aligned with your inner truth. The key is not to wait for long stretches of time to be alone, but to seize those brief moments throughout your day where you can create space for yourself. Over time, these small moments accumulate, and you begin to experience the profound benefits of solitude in all areas of your life. As we move through our busy lives, it's easy to overlook the power that solitude offers. But if we make space for it, even in the smallest of ways, we begin to see that being alone isn't about escaping the world, it's about embracing ourselves. It's in these quiet moments that we can reconnect with our true essence, find clarity in our thoughts, and discover a deep inner peace. The more we learn to be alone, the more we realize that it is not an absence of others, but a presence of ourselves that allows us to live with authenticity, creativity, and strength. So I encourage you to take a step back, even for just a moment, and allow yourself the gift of solitude. In it, you will find not only peace, but the power to live fully and purposefully. Thank you.